How's it going, everybody? This is BeatTheBush. You might have noticed on this channel I share a lot of different kinds of videos, mainly because I personally am sort of like a one-man band type of person. I think this resulted from me trying to learn different skills. Sometimes, yes, it is to save money. Other times, it's just out of my own curiosity. Now today, I thought I'll do a little bit of a different video where I'll share my hobbies, the many different ones that I have. So I wrote a brief list down, and this is not completely inclusive of everything. There might be little ones here and there that I missed out. I counted about 30 different hobbies, and sometimes you might not count like radio control car and radio control helicopter as one single hobby, of course. So you can count it whichever way you think it's reasonable, and then just let me know in the comments down below. It's around 30, 40 or something like that. So sometimes I can show you the item itself. I have a lot of equipment. Every single thing I do here, I always seem to have something, and I've accumulated it. I have not sold it because it's still of good use for me. I regret to say that I probably thinned myself out way too thin across all these hobbies because some of them I can't even get to in many years. This is my RC helicopter. I only know how to hover it mainly because it was so expensive that I was afraid to crash it. Later on, I learned on my quadcopters. This is my quadcopter, and I probably need a better one later on so I can record some video and put it on this channel. This is my radio control car. It's one of those really fast ones that's raceable. This thing is heavy. This is my TIG welding rig. It's a cheapy one from China, but I'm trying to learn how to weld aluminum. Now I do a lot of cooking myself, so I have a lot of specialty cooking equipment such as this dehydrator with a jerky gun, and I did make a video about this. This is my sous vide machine. You can make really good food this way because you can cook very evenly, including eggs. Eggets pan, a bread maker, a really powerful juicer, an electric yakitori grill so you can have yakitori at home, and you know when you go to yakitori, it's very expensive, but the materials are so cheap. On top of this, I have a whole bunch of other tools like a mixer, George Foreman grill, crock pot, you know, the usual. I do like 3D modeling, such as doing it on Pro E or SolidWorks, and this is something I designed. It's supposed to be part of a puzzle, but then it didn't work out too well because I wanted to print out each of these pieces and connect them together. And of course, after you design them, you want to print them out with a 3D printer. This is one of the cheaper ones, but it's a very good one at like around $200. I have this electric guitar, and nope, I do not know how to play it too well. Mainly because I have just too many hobbies. It's ridiculous that I cannot focus, I guess. I cannot just do just this. My main focus these days, of course, is YouTube. I've been spending a lot of time learning how to edit in different formats, learning how to do different things in video, and that takes a significant amount of time, so I can't just go in here and, you know, just keep on playing. No, it's not tuned. And of course, I also had a bass at one time, but I sold that one. I'm not a very good musician. I can play probably one song out of every instrument. A keyboard, and I'm not very good at it. At least I know how to play a few songs. One very advanced song, and I taught myself how to play it. Now, why the heck do I have an ice axe? At least I used it once. Now, I wouldn't consider plumbing one of my hobbies, but I do it myself so that I do not have to call a plumber. This is one of the tools you need to turn on and off the main water supply. This is a really wide wrench thingy so that you can open, you know, really big, wide nuts. So at one point, I did install my own 50-gallon hot water heater. Now over here, a water heater is on a pedestal about 2 feet high. I cannot personally lift 150 pounds, but I was still able to do it. I think I'll talk about this story sometime later. Now I consider selling on Amazon and eBay also a little hobby because you need to put time into it and kind of get good at it. These are all A3 size Amazon boxes, so it's only one type of box. I have a lot of other boxes that I saved just so that I can have a cache of good boxes so that I can put whatever I want in those boxes and sell those. Now, at some point, I also actively day traded for quite a while, maybe about a year, 2 years or so. And what I realized is I pushed a lot of transactions through, but in the end, I was not very good at it. I felt like I was just spinning my wheels because I did a lot of transactions. Sometimes I lost money, sometimes I got money. But when you add it all up, there's very little gain here because there's so much transactional cost. Every single trade, you got to pay, you know, a few dollars here and there, and it adds up. I like to dabble a little bit in robotics, mainly using an Arduino. What I realized with this bipedal prototype is that the response rate is so slow, there's no very tight feedback loop here. So then I can probably never make it walk dynamically. It needs something much more sophisticated to do that. Here's a little fun toy. It's just a little foam head thing with a bunch of styrofoam balls, and inside there's a few servos, and you know, it can make it open and close its mouth and move its eyes around. My coworker got me at one point to go golfing with him, so I bought a brand new set, and now I have this. You have to wonder, did I waste a lot of money on hobbies here and there? Yeah, probably. So I have to say, I probably could have saved a lot more if I didn't go and venture to do this, but I'm really happy, even with this sitting here, that I'm not using it all that much, because now I know how to go to the driving range and actually hit a ball, and you know, I'm very happy with that. This is my snowboard, and I think it's a generational hobby because people are not going snowboarding as often these days anymore. This is my skateboard, and the most I can do is just an ollie, not an ollie onto a curve or anything. I'm not that good. I use it mainly as a transportation. Here are my rollerblades, and yes, I can do grinds, 360s and 540s. My bowling shoes, and I'm not very good at it. I don't have a bowling ball, but I think I bowl like 140 or something. Really terrible. At least this was not a complete waste of money because I did go enough times for it to be worth it, because you have to pay a rental fee, and you know, after you go, I think about 10 times or so, it becomes worth it. Oh, I think it's probably a lot more worth it because I think I got $30 off of $40 because I signed up for a credit card. I'm not gonna dig the picture out again, but I did do cosplay for a few years. I think I made maybe 4 or 5 costumes. It was fun, but I felt like this is something that I do not really want to do long term. I have my own electronics lab. It's just a little bit equipped. It doesn't have all the advanced instruments or anything, but I do have a nice soldering iron, something that you need to repair electronics. Over here is a piece of my tabletop CNC machine. It cuts metal. There's a lathe that goes with it, and there's a computer that operates this thing. I have used this machine on camera on this channel before. This is a UCS Lego Naboo. It retails for about $180 used. I do enjoy Legos, but I realize I do not have the time to do the collecting, nor keeping all this stuff to display even. So I would say it's not really a hobby for me to build all of this, but I just get it so that it can be put on display. If you like robots, and building Gundams is pretty darn fun because you get to look at each part and you get to see how it comes together. There's like a skeleton inside. It's just fun building it itself, and then when you're done, you get to put it there and display it. Personally, I've been eyeing one of those perfect grade ones just so that I can try to build one of those really high-end one. I've never built those high-end ones. It's always like, oh, you know, let me just build something cheaper. So we'll see about that later on. I did play varsity badminton back in high school, but then I wouldn't say I'm very, very good, because sometimes I can go to the courts and I can see people use these badminton things, and when they hit the birdie, it's like whack. It's just so darn fast. It's just much harder than I could ever hit it. So I'd say I'm probably just beginner, between beginner and intermediate, even though I did do training. This is my scooter helmet, not motorcycle, mainly because I don't want to go all that fast. I want the scooter to not go that fast just in case I crash. There's a GoPro mount over here, so I do plan to integrate some footage from when I'm on the scooter. This is one of my fishing poles, and I'm not very good at fishing. I think in my lifetime I caught maybe 3 or 4 fishes and about 3 or 4 crabs. Now crabs are really awesome, and I really want to go out there and catch some more crabs this season. So you probably get the point right now. I'll probably have another dozen or 2 of these hobby things that, you know, I occasionally do, or like something I try to learn a little bit of just so that I can do a certain thing. I hope you find this interesting about me. These are actual things I did, be it failures or something that I'm continuously doing. I guess the purpose of this video really is just to share the different things that I do. I've collected many things that I would actually do that, you know, may or may not save a lot of money. Don't forget to give me a like on this video, comment down below. Let me know if you think I have too many, or maybe you have just as many as well. If you're interested in supporting this channel, don't forget to check out my Audible link down in the video description below, where you can get a free audiobook. And if you don't like this audiobook, you can cancel it before the subscription expires, and then you can still keep this audiobook and also help benefit this channel. I also have a Patreon over here where I give perks such as help with your credit scores or help with your finances. And as always, don't forget to subscribe to my channel over here and click that bell icon next to the subscribe button so that you get a new notification whenever I upload a brand new video. Thanks for watching.